My enemy's enemy is my friend. You must have heard this idiom, but it is playing out in geopolitics today. The only difference is that the United States is inadvertently uniting all of its foes: China, Russia and Iran. The U.S. Secretary of State has hinted that Beijing might be thinking of sending material support to Moscow. This means arms and ammunition. At this point, Beijing has not confirmed any of this. But if it is proven true, Washington has vowed serious consequences. In the coming days, the White House will reveal some intel on the matter. China is playing very clever with its ally strategy. It is approaching every door that the United States has slammed shut. And when it comes to Russia-Ukraine, it is trying to have it both ways. Beijing is calling for peace and stability, but at the same time showing full support to Russia in the war. The West believes that a Russian victory would color China's actions towards Taiwan. However, for China, cozying up with Russia is beyond the issue over Taiwan. It intends to start a new world order where the United States is not at the center of it. From a pro-Russian stance on the war, demanding sanctions to be lifted against Iran, to not apologizing for the spy balloon fiasco, China is not backing down, and it is surely not shying away from building its alliance.
A new world order is emerging, a new axis of world powers with common grievances and one common enemy. No prizes for guessing which one: the United States of America, a country which has for decades tried to shape our world in its image and established its preeminence in almost every facet of power, be it military, economy, technology, culture, or morality for that matter. It is America the world looks up to, all thanks to its global influence networks and, of course, the American PR machinery. But what if I tell you that things are changing? That America's global empire is crumbling, the hegemony of Western nations is dying, and a new alliance is looking to replace it, an alliance led by three countries: China, Iran, and Moscow. They're forging their strategic, defense, and economic ties. It doesn't take a genius to notice the pattern. Iran's membership in this body does little for the region it represents, but more for the powers that run it: Russia and China. With Iran on their side, their ambitions of countering the West get greater legitimacy and support. For Iran, this membership helps it battle the economic isolation from the West. So it's a win-win deal of sorts.
His Majesty's Treasury is today publishing and laying in Parliament a consultation paper jointly with the Bank of England. The digital pound, a new form of money for households and businesses. This paper aims to open a national conversation about the future of money in the UK. The way we use money, as it is across the world, in the UK is changing. Cash will remain important, but banknotes issued by the Bank of England are being used less frequently by households and businesses. New technologies are allowing for the emergence of new forms of digital money and new ways and devices to pay for goods and services with it, ensuring that public trust in money remains high and that forms of money and payments meet the evolving needs of individuals and businesses are fundamental responsibilities of the government on which Parliament must have its say. We're determined that the UK should remain at the forefront of innovation in money, payments and financial services. This is part of the government's vision for a technologically advanced, sustainable and open financial services sector.
North Korea launched a long-range ballistic missile into the sea off Japan's west coast on Saturday after warning of a strong response to upcoming military drills by South Korea and the United States. Japanese authorities said the missile plunged into waters inside Japan's exclusive economic zone more than an hour after it was launched, suggesting the weapon was one of Pyongyang's largest missiles. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said the missile appeared to have been ICBM class, referring to an intercontinental ballistic missile. He told a briefing Japan strongly condemned the launch, calling it a threat to the international community. Japan said the missile appeared to have a range of more than 8,700 miles, or 14,000 kilometers, sufficient to reach the US mainland.